Hello and welcome everyone. So far now we have understood the design philosophy of tensor members from the IS 800, and we have seen that there are basically only three modes of failure in tensor members. The first one is the gross section yielding, second one is the rupture of net section, and third one is the block shear failure. So it says that the design strength of tensor member is least of these three value: strength due to yielding of gross section, second one is the rupture of critical section, and third one is the block shear. So we have also seen the values to calculate net sectional areas in plates and angles. In angles you have to remember these two figures, although they are shown of very small size in IS code, and these formulas are very important. This is formula for shear lag width, and here W is the leg length of outstanding leg, and this one is the connected leg. In case of bolted connection on single angle sections, the shear lag width Bs is equal to W plus W1 minus T. T is the thickness of this angle section, alright. But in case of welded single angle section like this, here it is the welding done on this side and on this side. So in this case, the shear lag width Bs is equal to the outstanding leg length, and here outstanding leg length is W. So these two formula will come most of the time in use when we will be going for the numerical problems, and today we will be discussing a lot of numericals on tensor members. So let us move to our first numerical, and here we are being asked to determine the design tensile strength of the plate. So here we have plate section, not the angle section, and dimension of plate is 200 mm into 12 mm with the holes for 16 mm diameter bolts as shown in figure. Steel used is of Fe415 grade. See here it is printing mistake that it is 200 mm, it is 130 mm only as per the figure. This is 130 mm width, okay, and the thickness of this plate T is equal to 12 mm. So we have to calculate the design tensile strength TD, and TD is the minimum of TDG, TDN and TDB. So let us first of all calculate the value of TDG, and TDG is equal to AG into Fy divided by gamma MO. So gross area of plate section will be equal to 130 into 12. Fy is 250 Newton per mm square. Partial safety factor in case of yielding gamma MO is 1.1. So this is the TDG value, and it is very easy to calculate. Now let us consider the rupture along the critical section. So in case of TDN we have to calculate the net sectional area, and if we see our figure on the critical section, this one is the critical section, okay, passing through the bolt holes 1 and 4, okay. So this is our critical section, and the bolts diameter here given is 16 mm diameter, M16 bolts, okay. So from here we can write diameter of hole is equal to 16 plus 2 is equal to 18 mm. So now we can calculate very easily the net sectional area at critical section. So A net will be equal to 130 minus 2 times the bolt hole diameter into thickness of the plate. Now let us calculate the value of TDN, and it will be equal to 0.9 into net area into ultimate stress divided by gamma ml in case of rupture of net section, which is equal to 1.25. So putting all the values we get the value of TDN in kilonewton, 332.9 kilonewton. Now the third value which we have to calculate is TDB, and this is the block shear strength, and we know the block shear strength incorporates the calculation of 4 areas. See, in block shear there are combination of failure of shear failure and tension failure, and both occurs on the perpendicular planes. So here we calculate gross area and net area in shear plane, and we also calculate gross area and net area in tension plane. So gross area in shear plane is represented by AVG and net area in shear plane is represented by AVN. Similarly, gross area in tension plane will be represented by ATG and net area in tension plane will be represented by ATN. And after calculating all these four values, we can use all these four values of areas in two formulas of block shear strength. The first one formula is this, second one formula is this, and TDB or the block shear strength is the least of the following two. So these two formulas are given already in the codes, okay, and we have discussed. In the first formula we are considering what we can guess, the yielding of the shear plane and rupture of the tension plane, whereas in the second formula we are considering rupture of the shear plane and yielding of the tension plane. Okay, so if you will see it carefully, you will surely guess the clue behind these two formulas. So this is not very difficult. The only thing that you have to take care of is the calculation of these four values of areas. And how to do this? So let us see first of all our diagram. So in this diagram, the block which is being sheared out is this one. Okay, so this much block is getting separated from the joint altogether. Now this is the direction of axial force being applied on the plate. So it is very important to draw the diagram of the block. See, if you will learn to draw the diagram of the block, you will understand where is the shear force acting and where is the tensile force acting, and how to calculate the gross area and net area of shear plane as well as tensile plane. So let us draw the diagram of the block being separated in block shear failure in this case, and you will understand all the values very easily. Now the block will look like this, and if we draw the diagram, we will also have to draw the bolt holes here. Why this curve I am making? Because of the bolt hole, and here was my bolt 1. Okay, so after going this much length, again I get a bolt hole, and that is of only this much size. So here is my bolt number 2. Okay, it is very important to see the difference here. In case of intermediate bolts like 1 and 4, that we have to take the full diameter of the hole, DH value. Okay, whereas in case of corner bolts like 2 and 3, we have to only take the half of the diameter of hole. You have to think it little carefully, and this is where the students do the mistake. And at the corner bolt you have to use only half of the diameter of hole. This is very important. Similarly, if you draw the diagram completely, you meet again a hole here, and it is third bolt here, and here again third bolt is a corner bolt, so we have to use only half of the diameter of bolt hole. And if we move forward like this, we meet an intermediate bolt which is of, and it will be full diameter, okay, TH, and then we can complete the diagram of the block like this. Okay, so this is my block which is being sheared out in this case. Now you can very easily understand what is my shear plane, and shear plane is the plane on which the forces are parallel to the plane. Okay, and you can easily understand these two planes are being subjected to shear forces, whereas on plane 2-3 there will be forces, but they will be perpendicular to the plane 2-3, so that's why that is a tension plane. All right, so this diagram of the block you have to understand, and if you understand it, you can calculate all the four values of area. Now let us calculate them. Now we know all the dimension. This much length is 35 and this much length is 60 and thickness of plate is 12 mm, and there are two shear planes, one passing through 1-2 bolt and one passing through 3-4 bolt. So I have to multiply with 2 first and then 35 plus 60. Since this is a gross area, so I do not have to incorporate the bolt holes diameter. Directly 35 into 60 and then multiply it with the thickness of the plate, and this value you can easily calculate. Next comes the net area in shear plane, and now I have to consider the diameter of holes. Now since there are two shear planes, so I have to multiply it with 2, and total length of shear plane is 35 plus 60, and now we shall consider the reduction due to the bolt holes. So there is only one intermediate bolt holes in each of the shear planes, so I will reduce here by 18, and then there is one corner bolt in each of the shear plane, so I will reduce here 18 by 2. Okay, and this we have to multiply by thickness of the plate. Okay, so this is also very easy to understand. Now let us come to the ATG, and gross area in tension plane is very easy. The gross length is equal to, directly you can write it, 60 and 60 into 12, and since there is only one tensile plane, and this plane I am not considering as a tensile plane because this plane is the end of the plate, so there is no forces being generated here at the end. Okay, so there is only one tensile plane. Now we will calculate the net area of tensile plane ATN, and ATN, if we see, there are no intermediate bolts holes on the tensile plane, but there are two corner bolts in the tensile plane. So we have to do accordingly the calculations, like 60 minus 18 by 2 minus 18 by 2, and this value we have to multiply with the thickness of the plate. Okay, everything is written here very clearly. Gross area in shear plane is 2 into 35 plus 60 into 12, and similarly gross area in tensile plane will be 60 into 12, so it is easy to calculate the gross area. Now come to the net area in shear plane, and it is equal to, here we have multiplied it with 2 since there are two shear plane and thickness of plate, then we have added the total length of shear plane minus 1.5 into 18. I hope you understand why it is 1.5. It means minus 18 minus half of 18. Okay, that's why it is written minus 1.518. Similarly, the net area in tensile plane, if you see, 16 minus 18 into 12. Now why it is done so? Because here we have done minus 18 by 2 minus 18 by 2 twice. So that's why it is directly written here 60 minus 18. So do not get confused, everything is right here. Okay, and if you use all these values of 4 areas in these two formulas, then you get these two values of strength. Okay, now the minimum of these two values of TDB will be considered the final value of block shear strength TDB. So if we see, this one is the minimum of these two. Okay, so TDB is equal to 441.784 kilonewton. Now we have to consider which one is the design strength, TD, and TD will be the minimum of TDG, TDN and TDB, and if you analyze, we will come to the conclusion that TDN is equal to 332.9 kilonewton, and this one is the minimum of all the three values. So the final design strength of plate will be equal to 332.9 kilonewton. So isn't it interesting numerical? Okay, now in the second numerical, it says a single unequal angle, Indian standard angle, 90 into 60 mm is the leg length of unequal angle. Okay, and the thickness of angle section is 6 mm, is connected to a 10 mm thick gusset plates at the ends with 5 numbers of M16 bolts to transfer tension, and figure is also shown. Now we have to determine the design tensile strength of the angle if the gusset is connected to 90 mm leg. See, there are two legs and both legs are unequal, 90 mm and 60 mm. So the leg through which it is connected to the gusset plate will be considered as the connected leg, and the other remaining leg will be considered as the outstanding leg. So there are two cases given here. The first case is gusset is connected to 90 mm leg, and second case is gusset is connected to 60 mm leg. This is how the angle section is being shown. So this is the front view and this one is the cross sectional view. Okay. So if you see the diagram, there are 5 bolts of M16 and we have assumed that the edges distance and pitch edge is 50 and 30, and here gauge is also given 50 mm. Okay, if 90 mm leg is connected, and gauge is equal to 30 mm if 60 mm leg is connected. So we have to use this value accordingly. And BS is the shear lag width value is given already in this question, and this is also as per the IS code, and all the notations are being shown here. And this is the ISA angle section being connected to the gusset plate, and gusset plate has a thickness 10 mm. Okay, so this figure should be clear first of all. Okay, so if we ask the value of length of end connection LC, and we have seen from the IS code LC is the distance between outermost bolts. So this is the outermost bolt and this is the outermost bolt, and LC here we can see is equal to 50 into 4, pitch times 4 will be equal to 200 mm. Okay, so let us start the solution, and if we take the first case in which the 90 mm leg is connected to the gusset, so we have to calculate first of all the value of TDG, yielding of gross section, and it is equal to AG into Fy divided by gamma MO. Now how this AG value is calculated? You can use steel tables, but also I have already told you the AG can be calculated as gross area of outstanding leg plus gross area of connected leg. Since 90 mm leg is the connected leg, so outstanding leg is 60 mm minus T by 2 here we do, and T is 6 mm and 6 by 2. Why we do this minus T by 2? Because at the toes of the rolled section it is rounded, so that's why we consider that rounding effect into thickness of the plate. So this is the gross area of outstanding leg. Similarly you can calculate the gross area of connected leg, and it is equal to 90 minus 6 by 2 into 6. Okay, and you use this value of gross area, and in gross area we do not need to worry about the diameter of holes. Okay, for that will be considered in the net area. So your TDG value is 196.3 kilonewton. Now let us calculate the strength governed by tearing at critical section. Now critical section is what? Critical section can be any of the section passing through any of the 5 bolts. Okay, so we see that on the critical section there is only one bolt. Why we are calculating ANC and AGO only? Because this will be used in the coming formulas. So ANC can be very easily calculated, 90 minus 18. Why 18? 18 is the diameter hole of M16 bolts, and minus 6 by 2 due to rounding of the edges at the toe, and multiplied by the thickness of the angle section. So this value will be equal to 414 millimeter square. Okay, and then you have to calculate the gross area of outstanding leg, and this will be similar to this value which we have calculated, and you can directly write it from here also. Since this is an angle section, so we also have to calculate the value of beta, and beta can be written from the IS code. This is the formula. W is the length of outstanding leg and it is 60 mm. What is the value of WI? It is 50 mm. Why 50 mm? And we can see WI is the distance between root, this is the root, to the bolts. So here this value is gauge, and this gauge value will become the value of WI, 50. Okay. The value of shear lag with BS in case of bolted connection, and this is the formula. We have used W plus WI minus T, and this comes out to be 104. And LC, length of end connection, we have discussed. The distance between outermost bolt is equal to 200 mm, and if we use all this value in the formula of beta, so we can calculate that beta is equal to 1.159, and we can check it. It is greater than 0.7 also, and it is less than this value. So using this value of beta in the formula of TDN, okay, so TDN incorporates the use of beta here, and this is what we have calculated, ANC and AGO. Okay, so these two values of area we have directly put here, then we have done the calculation, and you can calculate the corrected values as per the calculation. This is what you can do it. Now let us come to the block shear failure, which is the third value of strength which we have to calculate in tensile members. Now we have to consider the diagram of the separated block in this case. Now which block will be separated? You are seeing the two lines. This is the second leg. If you see in the cross section, this is the outstanding leg. Okay, so this part is susceptible to fail in block shear. We have drawn the diagram of block shear here like this. Okay, now let us draw the diagram of block here separately. So there are 5 bolts. So all these 4 bolts are intermediate bolts. Okay, but the last bolt is a corner bolt. So I have drawn just half the diagram. Okay, and then this is my another face. Now if you see, this is the end of the angle section, and this is also the end of the angle section. So there are no internal forces being generated on these surfaces, but there are shear forces along this plane joining all the bolts. Okay, whereas there are tensile forces which is perpendicular to this plane. Okay, so there is only one shear plane and only one tensile plane in this case of block. Now we have to calculate 4 values of area: AVG, AVN and ATG and ATN in this case. Okay, so if we see, all the dimensions are given here. This is 30 edge distance and this is our 200. If 90 mm leg is considered and G is equal to 50, so this much length will be equal to 40. Okay, so this length is equal to 40 mm. Okay, now let us calculate AVG. AVG will be equal to 30 plus 200, since there is only one shear plane, and then multiplied with the thickness of the angle section, which is equal to 6 mm. Okay, so this is very easy. Now let us calculate AVN, and in AVN we have to incorporate the diameter of holes. So the total length is 230 mm minus, now there are 4 intermediate holes and 1 corner bolts. So now we can subtract 4.5 times the diameter of hole, which is equal to 18 mm, since there is M16 bolt. Okay, and multiply it with the thickness of plate. Similarly, in case of ATG, directly multiply 40 with 6 mm, and in case of ATN, we have to subtract the bolt hole diameter. On tension plane, we can see that there are no intermediate bolt holes, but there is one corner bolt, so we have to reduce only 40 minus 0.5 into 18 into 6. Now all these 4 values of areas are given here. AVG is 230 into 6, since there is only one shear plane. Similarly, gross area in tensile plane is 40 into 6. Now in case of net areas at shear plane, we have subtracted minus 4.5 into 18. Now it is clear. 4 intermediate holes and 1 corner holes. And on tensile plane there is only 1 corner bolt, so we have subtracted here only half of the 18 and then multiplied with thickness to get this. And we just have used all the 4 values of areas, and if we see here from the calculation, the minimum of these two is equal to 206. So that's why the final value of TDB will be 206.9 kilonewton. Okay. Strength of the plate is the least of all these 3 values. So we see in the case of TDG here is the minimum of all these 3 values. So final design strength of plate will be equal to 196.3 kilonewton. Okay. So this was the case when 90 mm leg was connected to gusset. See what happens when 60 mm leg is connected to gusset plate. So in that case, the value of TDG will not change as such. But in case of TDN, there will be change, because now the connected leg is 60 mm and outstanding leg is 90 mm. So here we have done the calculation of A and C, and then we have also calculated the gross area of outstanding leg, and it is equal to this value. And similarly in this case, the W outstanding leg length will be 90 mm now, and WI will be 30 mm because the gauge is now changed, and it is given in the question also that G is equal to 30 mm in case of 60 mm leg. Okay, so we have used WI is equal to 30 mm, and shear lag width is calculated. LC will remain same, and beta value now will be equal to 1.004, and if we use this value in TDN, now the value of TDN will be this. Okay, now we have to again draw the diagram of block for getting the block shear strength. Now few dimensions will change here, like ATG. Now 30 into 6 is being done. AVG is same here, isn't it? And there are few printing mistakes that I have corrected, but still you can check all the calculations. And when we calculate the value here, TDB is the minimum of these two values, and here is 202 and 193, so we have considered this value of TDB. So the strength of the member is least of TDG, TDN and TDB. So here we see the value TDB is least. So the final design strength of member will be 193.277 kilonewton. Now in the next numerical, we are asked to determine the design tensile strength of 160 width into 8 mm thick plate. This is a plate example with the holes for 16 mm bolts. So diameter of holes will be 18 mm and plates are of steel grade Fe415. This is a staggered pattern of bolting, and all the dimensions of gauges and pitch and end distance are given here. This is the width of the plate 160 mm and this is 8 mm thick plate. So if we calculate the strength from yielding of gross section, and TDG is here 160 into 8 is the gross area. Okay, and this value comes out to be 290 kilonewton, and strength from the consideration of rupture along the critical sections. Okay, now we have to calculate TDN. So for that we have to calculate the value of net sectional areas in different critical situations. Okay, so whichever situation will give us the minimum strength, that we will choose, because the pattern of bolting is here staggered. So the formula of net sectional area will be used here like this. Okay, and now B is the width of plate 160 mm, D naught is the diameter of hole which is 18 mm, all the pitches are uniform which is equal to 40 mm, and gauges are uniform which is 25 mm. Okay, so you can see the diagram, all the gauges are uniform. Okay, and this is the edge distance. Now the pitches here shown are 40 mm and 40 mm. So in this diagram, if it is not clear, this one is the pitch 40 mm and 40 mm. Let us consider section 1-1. Now our critical section along 1-1 section is this, and in this critical section there are 3 bolt holes coming. Okay, so the net sectional area along section 1-1 will be equal to 160 minus 3 times 18 into thickness of plate, and this is the net area in this case. Okay, now if we consider along section 1, 2, 2, 1. Now what is this 1, 2, 2, 1? We have to understand all these things. So the section 1, 2, 2, 1 is this 1, 2, 2, 1 and crack like this. So you understand this figure very clearly. So if this is my critical section, so I can see that in this critical section the number of bolt that the crack is encountering is 4 bolts. And how many staggering is there? You see this first staggering and this is my second staggering. So the value of staggering m is equal to 2. So using all these 2 values in this formula of an, and we can write an is equal to 160 is the width of the plate minus n times diameter of hole. Now what is the value of n? N is equal to 4, and here we have multiplied m is equal to 2 with pitches square which is equal to 40 square divided by 4 times gauges, and gauges values is 25 mm. So if we calculate this value, it comes out to be this. Alright. Now the final critical section that we are considering is along the section 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. This is very interesting critical section, and just have a look on it. In this case my critical section is 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 and here crack occurs. Okay. So now in this case the value of n and m will be different. How many bolts does the crack is encountering? If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now how many staggering is there? If we count the number of staggering, this is my first staggering from 1 to 2, then is my second staggering from 2 to 3, and then is my third staggering from 3 to 2, and then is my fourth staggering from 2 to 1. So there are 4 staggering. So using these 2 values in formula of net sectional area, 160 is the width of plate minus n times diameter of hole, n is equal to 5, and here m value is 4 times staggering. So we can directly use m times p square by 4gi and then multiply it with the thickness of plate all the time. Okay. So there are 3 net sectional areas which we have got, and if we analyze all these 3 critical sections, which one will give us the minimum strength? Of course that critical section which have the minimum value of net sectional area. So an we have selected here is 848 millimeter square. Now you will say, sir, why we do this and this? Sometimes what happens, along these sections you get the minimum sectional area. So we have to do all the possible critical section calculations of net sectional areas, and that minimum value has to be used in this formula of TDN, and then it is very easy to calculate the TDN value. Okay. So the strength of plate here is 250 kilonewton, and if we see the value of TDG is 290 and TDN is 250, so the strength of plate here is 250 kilonewton only. Okay. And here block shear failure will not occur. Block shear failure occurs only in the case of chain pattern of bolting. Remember this. Only in the case of chain pattern of bolting, you have to consider shear block failure. And if you have used staggered pattern of bolting, you do not need to worry about the block shear failure. Okay. but you have to do the calculation of net sectional areas in different critical sections in a staggered pattern of bolting. So this is the benefit of using a staggered pattern of bolting. Now the next numerical is a case of welded angle section, in which we are asked to determine the tensile strength of a roof truss, and here we have used 2 Indian standard angle. Again it is an unequal angle of dimension 90 into 60 mm with thickness of angle section is 6 mm, connected to a gusset plate of 8 mm thickness by 4 mm weld. So the size of weld S value is already given equal to 4 mm, and the effective length of weld is 200 mm. LW is also given here 200 mm. So the figure 5.8 is shown here, and we can have a look. This one is the gusset plate which is 8 mm thick. Okay. Now we have used 2 angle section and we have put them on both of the side of the gusset plate. So you see this cross section view. Now both the angles are welded by 4 mm weld size, and you can see these dark triangles. Okay. And 90 mm leg length is connected. So the outstanding leg length is 60 mm here, and total effective length is 200 mm in the weld. Okay. Now the gross area of angles AG will be equal to 2 times. Why 2 times? Because there are 2 angle section being used here. 2 times AGO plus AGC. Okay. And AGO means the gross area of outstanding leg is 60 minus T by 2 into thickness of the angle section plus AGC, here connected leg is 90 mm, minus T by 2, 6 by 2 into thickness, and this is being multiplied with 6 mm, and this we can calculate, it will be equal to 1730 millimeter square. Okay. And the same thing is being done here, and we can see it is multiplied by 2 into 90 minus 6 by 2 into 6. So the same thing is done here, isn't it? So in welded connection, since there are no holes being punched or drilled, so the net or the gross area both will be same. So we can equate ANC with AGC, and we can equate AGO equal to ANO. Okay. And this is being done here. Okay. And now we will calculate the strength due to the yielding of gross section. Okay. And this is equal to TDG, and we can equate it here, and this is the gross area of both the angles multiplied by 250 by 1.1, and this is the TDG value. Okay. Now in case of TDN, we have to calculate first of all the value of beta. Okay. And this is my formula for TDN. So for beta, we have to understand what is the value of BS and what is the value of LW. Okay. So BS is the shear lag width, and in case of welded connection, BS is equal to outstanding leg. You see this, BS is equal to outstanding leg length, which in this case is 60 mm, and length of end connection LC will be here equal to 200 mm, the effective length of weld, and we can use all the values in the formula of beta, and we can get the value of beta is equal to 1.261. And when we use it in the value of TDN, we have calculated the value of ANC, beta and AGO, and using all these value we have calculated TDN is equal to 504 kilonewton. And now we have to calculate the block shear strength. So as we have discussed that in case of welded connection, net sectional area and gross sectional area both are same. So similarly, in case of shear plane also, AVG will be equal to AVN, and here it will be equal to directly 200 into 6. Okay. Well, I will show you why it is 200 into 6. And similarly, ATG is equal to ATN, and this is equal to 90 into 6. Okay. So why it is equal to 206 and into 90 into 6? We can see from this diagram. Now if we see, this is my connected leg and this is of 90 mm length, and if we draw the diagram of separated block, it looks like this. Alright, so in this block, if we see, the shear plane is here. Okay, this one is my shear plane, and the length of shear plane is 200 mm, whereas this is my tension plane on which the forces are perpendicular to the tension plane, and the length of tension plane is 90 mm. Okay, and when we use this value and multiply it with the thickness of the angle section, we get it very easily. Okay, and we just have to use all these four areas in these two formulas, and then the minimum of these two value, which is 316 and 327, we will be multiplying it by 2 also, because we have calculated only the TDB value for one angle. So there are two angles, so this is the final value of TDB. Okay, now if we see the minimum of TDG, TDB and TDN, we will come out that the design strength of tension member will be equal to 392.7 kilonewton, which is here in the case of strength governed due to the yielding of cross section, and this value will be considered as the final value of design strength because this is the minimum. Okay, so this is how we calculate the design tensile strength in different situations, in bolted connection, in welded connection, in staggered pattern of bolting, and in chain pattern of bolting. All right, so we have discussed different types of example pertaining to the calculation of design tensile strengths. So we will be discussing the design concept behind the tension members and about the gusset plates, tension splices and lug angles also in the next videos. So till that, stay tuned and stay safe. Thank you.